Okay guys, we're here at PRI 2022. It's a great show, busy day, a lot of cool race cars, a lot of amazing products. We're excited to always talk to our vendors for our personal race car, and we're going to show you guys around a little bit, show you a bunch of the cool stuff that we see at the show, and hope you guys enjoy.
Hey Levon, what's that over there?
Orange race cars.
Orange race cars.
They're everywhere. Orange race car. Oh, I guess it's an orange race car.
I don't know if you noticed, orange race car. Oh, race truck.
It's an orange race car, and it's Camaro.
Have we seen any of those before today?
One or two. Here you can see another orange race car.
All right, we're at day 2 of PRI. As usual, it's been a crazy weekend already. Lots of people to talk to. Really hard to see the show when we get stuck talking to people as much as we do, but networking is a vital part of the show here. So we're here at the Hot Shots booth right now. Levon and Larson are doing autographs this hour. We're going to go around and show you guys some of the cool stuff that we see here at the show. So this is Alex Taylor's car. It's a really cool drag and drive car. So there's lots of details that go into a vehicle that is not only a race car, but a street car as well. Pretty cool to see an old steel body car like this go so fast and still be able to drive it on the street. So this is the Turn 14 booth. They are a wholesaler that we work with quite a bit. We use them for parts suppliers for quite a few products that we use in the shop. This is a land speed truck that's got a Wagler Duramax in it, powered by a Bosch ECU. The really cool thing about this truck, check out all the turbos and stuff back here. There's actually 4 turbos on this truck, so it's a twin turbo, or like twin compounding turbos. So this is the Holly Rock Dragster. They have been racing this car for a couple years now, and finally kind of got it over the hump here recently in testing. They were able to get the car to run 396, so that makes it the fastest diesel power vehicle currently. Well, I guess technically quickest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their mile per hour was, but so really cool to see that car go fast. Hope to see them make more progress next year and hope to be able to compete with them. All right, so we got Ryan Milliken's car here in the booth. It is a very fast turbo eating machine. Definitely blew up his share of turbos this year, but had a really good weekend at Snowbirds here recently. They switched to a new Hearts turbo. We're able to go 416 at 183 miles per hour. So impressive for what the car weighs. The car weighs, I think, a little bit over 3,200 pounds. They're making a lot of power out the back. The car is still a little bit slow on the short track, so they're still working on getting the 60 foot, but they just put a 4-link under the car earlier this season and are learning how to tune all of that. So expect big things to come out of Ryan's car this coming year. The other thing that's really cool about PRI is it's not just drag racing. It's circle track, road course, dirt track. There's pretty much anything to do with performance, you'll see it here. So lots of really cool eye candy, really cool race cars, and fun stuff to look at. I'm sure Levon would really want me to point out that this is an orange race car. All of the cool spinny things at the Garrett booth. So we run Garrett turbos on the S10, and our plan is to keep running those on the car. We have a couple different turbos we want to try, but currently we're on the GT55 platform, and we would like to go to a bigger turbo. And in order for a bigger compressor, we need to get into a little bit bigger platform turbo. So we'll probably end up switching to their G57 series and try that because it has a bigger turbine, which gives us more flow with less restriction on the exhaust side, but it also gives us a bigger turbine wheel, which gives us more leverage to be able to drive that bigger compressor wheel. So this is the Larry Jeffers race car booth. They build some really, really nice race cars, pump out a lot of cars, have a couple of really nice ones on display here. So the Vibrant booth here, they've got a really cool looking race car here. We use quite a bit of Vibrant products. We really like their Van Gen clamps in all of our turbo plumbing. And we also use a lot of their fittings, some of their pre-bent elbows and stuff like that as well. So they've got a big line of products that we use quite a bit of. So he's showing me, this is the first that I knew of a new design on the Van Gen clamps, but the old ones had a pin that went in the side here. So now they went to a pinless design here with just a latch. So that's really cool. So once you go to, putting the thing on, the clamshell is spring loaded and you just simply click it together and you're good to go. So you got that thing in a tight spot. It's pretty easy to put it together. All right, so we're here at the D&J booth. Y'all should be well familiar with this truck. This is Hunter Coffey's truck that we did quite a bit of work on earlier this year. And Hunter's been able to take it to a couple of events and is really enjoying it, and got it all shined up for the show here, and it's looking good. All right, so we're here at the Wagler's booth, and they have the Cummins Killer truck here in their booth. Truck that they've worked with quite a bit over the years. It's a mechanical injected Duramax, triple turbos. So it's got a chassis built by Performance Pros. It's got an independent front suspension, so that's pretty different for a super stock truck. About all of those are straight front axle. So a lot of unique parts on this truck, and they spend a lot of time polishing everything up, and it's a pretty big eye catcher here at the show. And then they also have Ben Shaddy's power plant sitting beside it out of his car. At the end of the first hall, they have, over here we have, in this corner is kind of machinery row. So not only is there race car things here, there's also a lot of things for equipment for the shop, just lots of different ideas, and welding companies are here, trick tools, they have pipe benders, all kinds of different stuff. So about anything to do with fabricating and shop tools, there's a lot of that stuff here as well. You have Bentech booth here. We use their software with doing bending and stuff for our roll cages, but they do quite a bit of different stuff. They've got a CNC doing some stuff with a marker. This is Alex Laughlin's Corvette. He's done radial tire racing with it, as well as most recently, he's been doing a little bit of No Prep Kings with it. So we're here at the Liberty Gears booth. They've got John Odom's beautiful car in their booth. This one's kind of exciting for us. It's probably one of the biggest changes that we're making in the new car, is we're going from the 3-speed Turbo 400 and we're going to try out the 5-speed Liberty transmission. So it's actually a completely different setup. Technically, it's actually a manual transmission, but still all automatically shifted. The transmission is kind of a unit of itself, and then it has a converter drive that mounts on front of it. That will be a tie drive, and then we'll still have a Neil Chance torque converter in front of that. So very different setup from what we're used to, but we're pretty excited about having those extra gears and being able to get the first gear ratio that we need, and be able to have smaller RPM drops when we go through the gears. So it's going to allow us, with our tall rear gear that we have to run in a diesel because of being RPM limited, it's going to allow us to go lower in that first gear ratio to get to where we need to, so we can control the tire and get the car off the line quicker. So this is the unit that we will have in the car. It's a 5-speed. It's got its own air shift pods up on top of it, so it's all shifted by itself. All right, so we're here with Craig at Liberty, and he's going to show us a little bit how these things work. We're used to working with clutches and automatics, and it's kind of weird for us to see a gear train like this. Technically a manual transmission.
Definitely a manual transmission. Yep. This is a gear-to-gear transmission. There's no clutch packs, no slipping, no anything. When you push it in first gear, pneumatically, typically, you can also do it manually. And then it's driving in first gear. You make the second gear change, say right here. As soon as it makes second gear ratio, the main shaft will speed up and it'll ramp it out of first gear. So you'll see as it's going, it'll ramp right out of first gear.
Those little ramps right there, just keep pushing it and disengaging it.
Yeah. Neutral. Now you're in second gear. Yeah. So we put it into third gear, the same thing. As soon as this air gap closes up, it'll start making third gear ratio. Right there.
Now it's tight.
Now it's tight. You're in third gear ratio. The main shaft will speed up. It'll ramp out of second gear.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Second gear comes back and it just goes right down the line, third, fourth, fifth.
And the beauty of these is it gives us almost infinite gear selection, and it can all be done at the track. As long as you have the gear sets to put in it, you can make pretty quick gear changes. So this is all of Turbo Smart's goodies, lots of different wastegate. We use a lot of their 45 millimeter gates on our builds. One of the new things that they've got, well, they've got this electronic gate. We've actually had our hands on the gate for a while, but they just recently came out with the controller, so we're kind of excited to talk to them and figure out how that controller works, and that should give us some more tunability, just make it a lot easier to hit the pressures that we want and tune in a wastegate. This cool little Tacoma is here in the Turbo Smart booth. It's got a 2JZ in it. It's got a lot of really nice fab work, all titanium, pie cut plumbing. Pretty cool little truck. All right, that's going to do it for our video for PRI, but really good show this year. Lots of people that we talked to. We got lots of new ideas, whether it's race car or shop things. Lots of really nice stuff to see here. Hope you all enjoyed this video.